Uh-oh. Yamiko. Uh. Uh. Um.
Repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Okay, that's positive. Your brain seems relatively unscathed. This is good news.
What happened?
It's just as well, really, with the amount of effort it took me to get you back here. Honestly, it was like you were glued to the ground back there.
Nico? Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something.
Am I? Maybe it's because I had the other Shrine Maidens leave. Anyway, I've always been like this. People show you whatever side of themselves they want you to see. I know this for a fact. Every side of me is the real me. People just like to define things in all sorts of arbitrary ways. This is a human society. At the moment, anyway. And I'm just doing as I please.
Paimon didn't quite follow.
Study humans a while longer, my little friend. You'll...
Right! Paimon was so focused on the Traveler that Paimon didn't notice what you did to get Scaramouche off our backs.
Calm hat boy. Because he is a hat boy.
What if I told you it was a secret art from the Grand Narukami Shrine, and that I... Well, maybe you should be worrying less about that, and more about how exactly you're going to thank me, no? Maybe some of your neural circuitry is less intact than I thought.
What?
I didn't mean you had to be so formal about it. I need your actions, not your words.
What do you want me to do?
The delusions. They're still on your mind, aren't they?
Yes.
You needn't worry. The leader of Watatsumi Island took some troops to clear the place out. With their stronghold exposed, I doubt the balladeer is stubborn enough to try and retaliate now on his colleague's behalf. It would be more trouble than it's worth. I must say, I would relish the opportunity to watch the Fatui getting a taste of their own medicine. Well, anyway, that Songonomiya Kokomi, she really outdid herself this time. I'd love to have another chat with her again in person. But alas, belief systems can be such a hindrance sometimes.
A hindrance? Should you...
Anyway, I'm only telling you this to stop you worrying so that you
Why
can
did you? Yeah,
focus
that's a very good question.
on something I need you to do for me. You've met her, right?
The Shogun?
I'm not talking about the puppet. I mean her. You've met her, yes?
In that place? Wait, there's a puppet?
Yes, the true Raiden Shogun, who meditates endlessly in the plane of Euthymia to preserve her being. Her name is A.
Wait, there's two? That seems like a disaster waiting to happen.
Are you saying that the one we met at the ceremony was just a puppet? And the real Raiden Shogun is the one that the Traveler met
It
later?
was already a disaster.
And does that mean that when the battlefield changed, so did the opponent?
Because this is the Raiden Shogun's eternity. Before pursuing the eternity of her nation, she had to reach eternity for herself. Since the physical body will eventually turn to dust, she replaced hers with that of a puppet. And since the spirit is susceptible to erosion, she placed her consciousness inside her sword, where she remains in a meditative state, free from all disturbances.
So, that place that she carved open with her sword...
The plane of Euthymia. Essentially, the world inside her mind. A place that typically only allows her existence. She shuts herself off in her inner world, leaving all the affairs of the outside world to be dealt with by a puppet, who has a singular focus. This is the approach A has come up with for realizing eternity.
It's the only reason why he stepped down.
You mean Morax? It's been a while since I last saw him. A surprising decision by Liyue's Archon. What a fascinating god he is.
It seems like the Raiden Shogun's approach solves the problem Zhongli was facing, though.
Perhaps. Or you could take the view that she's acting like a little child, throwing a temper tantrum and locking herself in her room. Don't you think? The grand notion of eternity she once held has long since given way to the... And ultimately, her eternity is defined by fear. The fear of loss. The truth is, you want to save the people of Inazuma from the Vision Hunt decree. So do I. The only difference is that I'd rather like to save this nation and save A while we're at it. The key is that the plane of Euthymia represents A's inner world. Defeat her there, and you may well have the chance to shake the Raiden Shogun's will.
So this is your plan? Not by talking her out of it, or through an armed resistance, but by, hopping inside the Raiden Shogun's inner world?
How did we do that?
You're a fast learner. In short,
Why
this
me?
is the last... Don't you realize how special you are? Remember, the plane of Euthymia is a space where only she is allowed to exist. The fact that you have piqued her interest. Perhaps it's because she has never seen an individual who is so unpredictable in the face of eternity.
Has no one else ever been in there?
None. No one has seen the devotee of eternity since she shut herself away. Your existence is more than just an opportunity.
Okay, so I'm extra
Wait,
special
you're
as per
leaving?
usual.
Where are you going?
And, gonna solve everybody's
Anti-Raiden
problems.
Shogun training. I've prepared a special program just for you.
It's not even called,
Come
like,
along.
battle training. It's anti-Raiden Shogun. Let's do that. Okay. Where's this? It's very funny that it's called. It's not like, yeah, it's battle training or strength training. It's anti-Raiden Shogun training.
What's the hurry?
Because nobody wants her around. To be completely fair, she's causing all their problems, so. Or both? Why is there two of them? I guess she's trying to conserve for eternity, I guess? So she's hiding behind almost like a puppet who does her bidding, but
We're gonna do it here? And what's this mechanism for?
Think of it as a catalyst that can reproduce the Raiden Shogun's combat moves. I made it from... It'll give you a chance to figure out her moves in advance and come up with a counter strategy. That should be a big help, don't you think? The
yeah.
aim is to try to not get hit by the attacks. Since you've escaped certain death at her hand once already, I presume this shouldn't be more than you can handle.
That, I got hit, I just ate a bunch of food down there. That's how I was. Well, that's coming in. Okay. Oh, well, that's nice. That's nice too. Leave it be! Oh, well. Dang it. Okay.
This moment will be frozen in time.
I did it! Okay, cool.
What a workout!
Yeah, that was challenging.
So how come you know so much about the Raiden Shogun?
You mean me? Perhaps it's because I'm the Electro Archon's familiar.
What? Like Devalin is to Barbados?
It sounds like you'd be more persuaded if you saw me in my fox form.
Fox 4?
In your dreams.
Aw.
More curious than my appearance is the fact that she and I don't see each other anymore, wouldn't you say? A nation to last for all eternity is a dream that she and I both share. But I don't think that's the same thing as complete stasis. At some point, she started going down a path that became increasingly difficult for me to join her on. You know, A never said goodbye to me before she stepped into the plane of Euthymia. Perhaps it's just my wishful thinking, but I think she did this deliberately, as her way of keeping our friendship eternal. By neither saying goodbye nor seeing me again, our relationship will remain forever how it was. Since we've embarked on two very different paths to eternity, I can either continue to maintain the status quo or do whatever it takes to bring her back on track, regardless of the cost. I have chosen the latter because if stubbornly isolating herself in the plane of Euthymia is her idea of it, then my duty as her eternal familiar is to drag her back out of her own head and into the real world.
Aw, Miko.
I'm only telling you this so you can properly understand my plan. Could you possibly spare the sentimentality for the Anyway, that's enough chit-chat.
There's
Oh,
a part
there's
two?
another! Come on, man. Ugh.
Lightning flash!
Hello. That was a lot easier.
You did quite admirably.
So, do you think...
How do I put this?
Wait, what?
You are the Speaking of, Traveler, what do you think of the Resistance Army's chances?
I'm not a match for her either, seriously.
You're absolutely right. Perhaps they occasionally best the Shoguns, considering even their visions have been taken from them and embedded in the statue. They're ultimately quite helpless.
You don't have to be so blunt. The travel...
I don't mean to belittle them. On the contrary, it is precisely because of their helplessness, because their visions have been taken from them, that their will is all the more precious. In short, if everything goes according to plan, they may
So
yet
what
prove
is
to be
this
helpful.
plan? Yeah, I'd like to know.
Oh, goodness, is that the time? I have another guest to receive today. We can talk more back at the Grand Narukami Shrine.
All of a sudden, you're entertaining guests?
Man. Come on. Stop moving. Pick a spot.
Okay, we can talk here. You asked me about the plan. In fact, I've been mulling it over for quite a long time. Before one makes a plan, what is the most important thing one must do?
Don't know.
You must understand the Vision Hunt Decree was obviously devised as a means of manipulating the Shogun. The ones behind it knowing full well her susceptibility as a puppet with... Yes, this is the strongest piece of evidence we have to go on.
So Fatui ruined everything.
Now, we also know that every aspect of the Vision Hunt Decree's promulgation and execution has been enthusiastically spearheaded by the Tenryou Commission from the outset.
Ayaka was saying that every time they submitted a petition against the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryou and Kanjo commissions would veto it straight away with no negotiation.
Yes, it's all too clear that both the Tenryou and Kanjo commissions are in some form of collusion with the Fatui.
Say
Foolish human. Thus, the current situation is that our Fatui antagonist is still at large, has the two rogue commissions wrapped around their finger. And unfortunately, given that said antagonist, it will be easier for us to start with someone. So my plan is to incite
Rebellion? What are you...
When I say rebel, if we manage to convince her, I'm quite sure we'll be able to get you another audience with the Raiden Shogun. I'll give you a clue. She's currently in charge of the Shogun's army. She also appears to be standing right behind you.
I knew it!
Don't move a muscle. You've got some nerve showing up here in the shrine when there's an active warrant for your arrest.
Oh, hush.
Don't even think about trying anything. Surrender now. You're coming with me to headquarters. Seize her!
Affirmative.
Kujusara!
It seems that you're forgetting. This is the Grand Narukami Shrine. Use of force here is strictly forbidden. Before you proceed, which of you would like to face criminal charges for dishonoring the Shogun,
Ugh. Guji-ai, please tell me you are not sheltering a wanted criminal here.
We are just friends. I don't see what sheltering has to do with it. Tell your subordinates to leave. We have things to discuss.
All of you outside.
As you wish.
Two of them. We already are outside.
Guji-ai, I'm a little curious. Does it not also dishonor the Shogun to hide a wanted criminal at her grand shrine?
She doesn't care anymore.
You're the same as ever, Kujo-sara. No one can match you when it comes to loyalty to the Shogun.
As a servant, loyalty to the Shogun is my duty. And as a warrior, I dedicate my life to following the...
Even though she will one day seize your vision too.
The Vision Hunt Decree is the Shogun's chosen course, and I shall not question it.
Oh, it's tragic. Such wholehearted devotion rendered meaningless by circumstance. Have you been kept in the dark?
Lady Guji, I need you to be direct. Tell me exactly what you mean.
The Vision Hunt Decree is a trap. Part of a Fatui plot to bring Inazuma to its knees. And your masters, the Kujo clan of the Tenryou Commission, they're the ones keeping the truth from reaching the Shogun.
You're saying the Kujo clan betrayed the shogunate?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Guji-ai, your allegation is not only dangerous, but ridiculous. The Tri-Commission has served the Shogun since ancient times, and remains absolutely loyal to this day.
Okay.
Ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, I have seen and heard nothing but pure devotion toward the Shogun. He reveres the Muso no Hitotachi more than anyone. My own respect for the Shogun pales in comparison to his. How could he ever even dream of acting against the Shogun?
3 days. Come back here in 3 days and I will show you the evidence. As a Guji, there's one thing I know very well. People believe whatever they want to believe. Some things you do not see, simply because you do not wish to look. And so, it falls to me to...
3 days? She will have to come with me.
Why am I getting involved with this?
Wonderful. Then I'll see you in 3 days. I look forward to it very much.
Okie
That was so scary! Paimon wasn't expecting to run into Kujusara here. But, Miko, you mentioned evidence of the Tenryou Commission's betrayal. Is that all in hand?
Why are you always asking so many questions? Of course not. I just had to say something because I clearly wasn't convincing her. As plans go, changing the deity's mind is a huge gamble to begin with. We can't expect to be in control of every last detail when we're facing off against a...
Okay, but what do we...
If we want to get our evidence, we're going...
Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!